Hey Fusioneers, how's it going? It's Netrix here from php-fusion.us, the unofficial PHP Fusion United States of America national support website. Today I'm going to be bringing you a video tutorial on how I set about when I develop my very own Infusion, and hopefully this can give you a general idea of where you need to start at whenever you want to perhaps develop your own. You can take examples from this test case scenario and work on your very own. Okay, so today I'm working in a local host. I'm using a program called WOMP Server. You can Google it and download it for free and work on all your files offline. And I'm recording this using Camtasia Studio. And my editing program is a PHP Designer 8. You can download it and try it out for free for 30 days. But I would actually recommend buying the license, as it is actually worth the money if you plan on doing this in the long run. Okay, so we're going to basically create a podcast type Infusion, something very simple and to the point. It's built on HTML5 and it gets the job done. So hey, here we go. We're going to start it off and we're going to go to localhost. And this would be the very same for you. Pretty much you're going to need to just basically probably go through your cPanel if necessary and end up in the PHP My Admin page where you can edit your database information. Okay, and to the left you can see your tables. You're just going to want to select the table that has your PHP Fusion database structure on there, which mine would have been Fusion Dev. Okay, here we have it. And now we're going to need to basically set us up with our table. So I'm going to go ahead and copy one of these just to get the database prefix right here. And then we're going to scroll down to the bottom, create new table. So we're going to erase the admin, so it's going to be database prefix right here. Underscore, and we're going to just call it audio. Okay, so when you determine your number of columns, you basically want to calculate how many fields that you're going to need in your structure. Okay, so we'll need an ID table to make it unique. We'll need a title, audio source, and user who added the audio, and the user's ID. So it's actually going to be 5 columns that we'll need to structure this. It's okay. Click the go button. As I stated, we'll need an ID table. You can just leave it as integer, leave it as all default, leave that default. Index, want to make it unique. We don't want duplicates. Auto increment, that means each time a new table is added, the ID value increases by 1. Okay, so we're going to do an ID. Name of the audio, make it a variable character, and I'm just going to set it about 30 default. That's fine. And we can leave all that. Name, description, we'll go ahead and do a varchar. Just make it short and simple. 30, I would probably recommend going up to around 100 at least. The description could be long, and if you want to make it even longer, you can go down to text and make it as long as you want, basically. I'm just going to do, for example purposes, make it 30. And see, we agreed on ID, name, description, audio source. So it'd be the source of our audio. You'll notice what this is going to mean here in a minute. Alright, and user ID. Go ahead and save the table. Hopefully we'll not get any errors. As you can see, table Fusion Audio has been created. Now, as you can see, everything looks good here. Just to give it a brief overview of everything. Um, so I'm going to test it out. This is how I like to do it. You can start from the PHP Designer file and do it, but I find it a lot easier just to work directly from your PHP MyAdmin page. Go ahead and set the information in, therefore we can read it immediately. Alright, so go up here and click the Insert tab. Now our first ID is going to be 1 to start it off. Name, test audio, just for example purposes. Description, testing out my audio. Evidently I can't type in audio. The source, we'll do http phpmods.com/downloads/test.wave. User ID, who added it, it'd be 1 if your user ID. We'll make this auto here in a minute. I'm just doing this for example purposes. Go ahead and click go. As you can see, inserted into with the values. Alright, we're going to browse. As you can see, when we browse, you have our ID, name, description, source, and user ID who added. And notice up here at the top it tells you select blah from Fusion Audio description. Now you can actually go over here. There should be a little link titled Create PHP Code. You can click that and it'll convert it over. SQL equals. Alright, so I just copied that. Copy. We're in here. And I've not yet created my Infusion, so in PHP Fusion Infusions, go ahead and create a new folder. A little technical difficulties. Alright, sorry about that. Clicking the wrong button anyways. Make a new audio folder. And then audio, go down here, click file, new file. Go ahead and do an index.php. Structure here. Start it off. You want to start it off with your PHP tags. Go ahead and require the main core for our functions. And it needs to be require a header, themes, templates, header.php. Go down, require once, do the footer. Templates, footer.php. Alright, here we have our basic structure. Go ahead and open up a table. So I'm going to do open table audio. And then we'll close the table so it doesn't look funky. Alright, now we need to pull our database information. Alright, and as you can remember, we copied this right here. We're going to start it off as just paste it right there. Actually, is all you need to do. So paste that SQL, and then we'll do our function. So we'll do it query equals database query. Database query is basically a connection to our database called from the main core file. And we'll go ahead and copy that, delete it, and we can select, and there we have it. Go ahead and knock this down to 1 because we only want to pull one result, and it can also be 0 in case there are issues. Alright, so if database rows, so this tells us if the information in this table actually exists, then we'll pull the information. So if database rows query is not equal null, is not blank, null is actually blank, then while data equals database array pulls the information in an array table, query. Here we have our data. So localhost, we have ID, name, description, source, user ID. So we have all that information should be pulled right here in this table. So we're going to go ahead and echo it while it's in an array. So we'll echo data, because we did data equals database array. So data and then name. Alright. And we're going to save this real quick and make sure everything works before we proceed. So go ahead and go to your Infusions folder, audio. Test audio. There we have it. Very first table. Test audio. Testing out my audio. Alright. Let's go ahead and do a break tag. Echo data description. Now, as I want to use HTML5, so I'm going to go up here and do HTML5 audio. I actually did this earlier and deleted it, so we're going to try it again. Go ahead and echo it in there. And notice what I did there. I've used you can use double parentheses, or you can use the single quotes. I don't have to escape anything, whereas when I'm using it like that, so I find it a lot easier. Go ahead and knock this out a little bit. Alright. Go ahead and get rid of this. No, you really don't need to pay attention to this. It's really irrelevant at this point. But it does get the job done. So here we have where we need our source to be. So we're going to basically do a single parenthesis to close it out to tell us data source. Sorry. Alright. Go ahead and save that. Go over here, refresh the page. And I have no idea why it's loading so slow actually, but it does tend to happen. Unfortunately, it's got to happen right in the middle of recording something at the moment. Alright, so you can see test audio, testing out my audio, and then it gives us a basic little player here where we can listen to our audio. If we go down actually and view the source, you see here phpfusionmods.com/download/test.wave, which would actually equal our source audio right here. We'll save that for another day. But here you go. It's a basic example. And of course you'll know who posted it, which would be data user ID, which you can use the profile link function for that control. And sorry, ID, user ID. And it'll show the user ID of the person who posted it. You can use the profile link function and show it. How's it going, everyone? This is Netrix here from php-fusion.us. And as you can see, everything works out fine. This is how you pull your very first query. You can adapt it. I will, however, create additional tutorials and teach you all how to do more advanced stuff and possibly work with new PHP functions and all that. Alright, so it's Netrix. I hope you enjoyed the video. I made it short and simple for you guys. If you have any questions, take to the forums. I'm more than happy to answer anything you have to ask. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.